Mishnah Berurah on the topic of Pesach, chapter 431, the time for examining for Chametz, which has 2 paragraphs. Paragraph 1. At the beginning of the night of the 14th of Nisan, which is immediately after the appearance of the stars when there is still a little daylight, it is proper to begin examining for Chametz in order that one will not be remiss about the examination or forget to do it. That was the Mishnah Berurah's explanation. At the beginning of the night of the 14th of Nisan, one must examine for Chametz by the light of a candle in holes and crevices in all the places where it is usual to bring in Chametz. So one must examine, and it says the Mishnah Berurah says one must also nullify the Chametz then, as stated in section 434 paragraph 2. According to Torah law, one of these measures is sufficient. This is because when one has nullified the Chametz in his heart and declared it ownerless, it is no longer his, and therefore he will not transgress because of it. The prohibition against having Chametz in one's house, in one's possession on Pesach. One will certainly not transgress that prohibition if he examined and searched for Chametz and disposed of it, so that it is no longer in existence. However, the sages of blessed memory were stringent and ordained that only one of these measures is insufficient, but it is essential to do both. They did so because nullification depends on the thinking and the attitude of the person who nullifies, and they were therefore afraid that someone who has Chametz worth several thousand may be loath to declare it ownerless. Even if he will say with his mouth that all this Chametz should be nullified and ownerless and regarded as dirt, he will nevertheless not think this in his heart, and he will not in fact nullify it with sincerity. If we would allow him to rely on nullification alone, he would then transgress the prohibition that Chametz should not be seen in one's possession on Pesach, since he would not remove the Chametz from his home. Furthermore, it may be that they made the decree because they feared that since one is used to eating Chametz all year, if there would be Chametz in his home or property on Pesach, he would forget that it is forbidden to eat it now, and would come to eat it. The sages of blessed memory therefore ordained that even though one nullified his Chametz, this is not sufficient, but he must examine his home to find the Chametz in order to dispose of it, so that it is no longer in existence. He must nevertheless also nullify the Chametz in case he did not examine well, and will find Chametz during Pesach and transgress the prohibition against having Chametz on Pesach. But the light of a candle, this is because one is required to examine in holes and crevices, and daylight is of no avail for that. In view of the fact that the examination must therefore be done by the light of a candle, the sages fix the time for the examination at night. Then candlelight is brighter than it is during the day, even in places which are dark by day. In addition, the night is also more suitable because it is a time when people are commonly home. The Mishnah Berurah also says where it is usual to bring in all the places where it is usual to bring in Chametz. This wording is imprecise. Even if it is not usual to bring Chametz into a particular place, but the place is only used for Chametz occasionally, we're nevertheless afraid that one may have brought in Chametz there and this slipped from his mind, as stated below in section 433 paragraph 3.